Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on Sam's Crafted Castle, and today we are continuing our clean and simple card theme. Apparently that's just been what I've been in the mood for lately. It's just a bunch of clean and simple and kind of easy techniques, but still really pretty and very, very fun. So this is the Gina K Design Spring Daisies layering stencil. I've been in layering stencil mode again. Every once in a while I kind of go through phases where I like stamping or stenciling or whatever, and I've just been in stencil mode again. I'm going to blame the curved floral bundle for reigniting my excitement over stencils. So this is the Spring Daisy stencils, which I already said. And like most layering stencils, you generally want to do your light colors to your dark color. So I'm doing the first layer in Gina K Design's light carnation ink, and then I'm going to line up the second layer and use the medium carnation ink, because this one's only two level. I said 2 levels. This one's only 2 layers, so you don't need a third color. And yeah, I just decided to just do the light and the mediums this time around, and then we'll do the leaves. And this is my layering stencil tip of the day, is to make sure that you keep your stencils in order, or that you know which stencil you're supposed to be using, because I cut about 15 minutes out of this video, excuse me, where I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get the leaf stencil to line up, only to discover that I had skipped this step and tried to use the detailed parts of the leaves instead of this one, and that's why I was confused and couldn't figure out, because I was like, there should be stems I can line up with the flowers, but there weren't, because it was the wrong layer stencil. So pay attention. You know, Gina makes it easy. The layers are written, the numbers are written on the bottom of the stencil. It's really not, it should not have been that hard, but I got very confused the day that I was making this. And now I'm just going to use Christmas Pine as my dark color, because it is my favorite Gina K Designs green, and I use it anytime that I humanly possibly can. So, there you go. And then I dip my ink. That's my other tip. Pay attention to which color you're using, because I went in for the Jelly Bean Green instead of the Christmas Pine. That was oops. But I'm just going to clean that, it's fine. I wiped off the brush. Everything worked out. It was great. So now we're into the real technique of this video, and we're going to use the Nouveau Glimmer Paste. Excuse me. And I'm just using the second layer of the flowers again, and which is the second layer of the stencil, and using the glimmer paste and a palette knife and putting it over that layer again. So basically, that's how this works. I'm gonna do the same thing with the leaves. Oh, this is my tip too. Make sure you clean off. If you're like me and you like to wipe the stuff off your palette knife on the rim of the jar, make sure you wipe off around the jar, because I couldn't get this jar open because I didn't do that last time I used it, and then the jar kind of dried shut. So this one on, because I'm doing 2 separate layers. I let it dry overnight. I think I did overnight. It really only needs a couple hours, but I did it overnight just because that's what worked for me this time. And then I put the leaf stencil down, and now I'm gonna add the glimmer paste to the leaves. So it just adds a nice little sparkle. It's really fun. This technique in particular you can do with any clear glimmer paste. I think Thermal Web still sells one that Gina had done. This one worked really great from Nouveau, so if you can find one, that's awesome. I've had some trouble finding this one. I've had this for a while. I got it from a class, but I've had trouble finding places that have it around right now. And some places are saying it was discontinued, so I don't know. That's that. But I do think that there's one from Thermal Web. The other thing I was thinking is you can do this with other pastes that are colored, but then you don't have to do the inking first. You can just put the glimmer paste down, or the sparkle paste, or whatever. So now I'm just gluing the sentiment on. I used the Simon Says Stamp micro dots because I didn't want to deal with putting glue on this little tiny sentiment, and it worked. And then I'm going to add, because I felt like it needed a little something more, just a little something more, I'm going to add a few pearls from Gina K Designs to the card just to add a little something something. Although I think it would have totally been fine on its own too. But I didn't want to add like rhinestones or something because we got the sparkle from the overlay, which is very hard to see in the video and honestly only shows up slightly better in the photos, but it is really, really pretty, I promise. And it just adds a very, if you're not a super glitter person, it just adds a little subtle sparkle. That's really, really nice. So now I'm just going to glue this onto the card base. And oh, I think I forgot to mention that it was actually a die cut panel that I did this on too, from Pink Fresh Studios. It's their blanket stitch die. There we go. You can see it better now in the pictures. But that's it. Like I said, another really clean and simple card. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll see you again soon and have a crafty day.